Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. हृदयकुहरमध्ये केवलब्रह्ममात्रम् अहमहमिति साक्षादात्मरूपेण भाति हृदि विषमनसा स्वं चिन्वतामज्जताव पवनचलनरोधात् आत्मनिष्ठो भवत्वम्. हरि ओम तत्सत्. उपदेश सारम, भगवान श्री रमण महर्षि's composition. We are seeing the 8th and 9th shlokas meaning. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi given a systematic step-by-step scheme of practices in this Upadesha Sara. Starts with the karma yoga, that is involved with the puja, and then japa, dhyanam, and now we are discussing the fourth point, bhakti. While explaining this, the third topic, dhyanam, that means manasika vyaparam, chintanam, pujanam, japa, chintanam, kramat, uttamam. So, when it comes to the manas, the mind, and what is the things we have to observe here with the mind, in the mind. Bhagavan said in the 7th shloka, the thoughts should be unidirectional, uninterrupted, and single theme of thoughts, stream of thoughts. For that, Bhagavan given the example of the as like the ajyadharaya. When you pour the oil from one vessel to other vessel, how the oil will flow continuously, like that this thought flow also should be towards one goal, one object, one aim. This is called sarala chintanam. Opposite to this is called virala chintanam. So among these two types, distracted and deviated and multidirectional going thoughts, viralam, the sarala chintanam is paramam. That is the supreme, that is the thing which we have to practice. And after explaining this, here Bhagavan said in the 8th shloka, aham graha upasana, bheda bhavana between the Ishvara and me, between the Paramatma and Jivatma me. This is bheda bhavanat. Now, considering among these two, what abheda bhavana and bheda bhavana. Abhida bhavana, that is soham. Saha aham, aham saha. Aham saha, ham saha. saha aham soham. This is considered as the supreme pavani mata. So Bhagavan here indirectly giving the Mahavakya Upadesha of the Upanishads. Tattvamasi, you are that. Then after that, the student analyze and inquire and do the Manana Nididhyasanams, and then he declares that Soham, Saha Aham, Aham Saha. This is the best and purest, the meditation or the contemplation or the culmination. So removing the individuality or the ahankara and merging with the totality, that Paramatma Samashti. And in the ninth shloka, we have seen this Sadbhava Sustitihi. Bhavasunya. Bhavasunya means when the mind starts flow into one single thought of the Saham, Soham, Soham, then naturally, after a long period of contemplating, practicing like that, bhava sunya, there is no thoughts. Thoughts are almost suspended. And that bhava sunya practice helps a person to get the sadbhava sustitihi. Here, sadbhava means soham bhava, aham saha bhava, or the pure existence is one without second, and that confirm evidence in that sat sustitihi, sushtuhu stitihi sustitihi, well abiding, well uh, sitting in that sustitihi. How it is possible? How it came to this person? Bhavana balat. This abheda bhavana balat. That means by constant continuous practice of the this aham graha upasana, I am not the body, deho naham. Then if I am not the body, who am I? Soham, koham. Then answer is soham. This all should happen within me, by me, through me, for me. Here, this me is not separate actually. That is only now. This me is nothing but the total Sat alone, or the Samashti Ishvara Shakti only. So, Bhavana Balat, because of by the strength of the thought, this Soham, this Sadbhava Sustitihi will existence principle. Bhava Sunya. Okay? This is no, then even though mind is functioning, there are thoughts are there, but still I know very well confirmly that all these modifications are only a periphery, just as like the waves on the ocean, on the waters. The waves does not disturb the water. The waves does not disturb the ocean, because they are nothing but the part and parcel of the ocean water only. This recognition, if the water recognizes this, then the water will get disturbed by the waves. And this practice is called Uttama Bhakti. Uttama Bhakti. this word. Here, bhakti means Bhagavan using in the sense samadhi, samyagdhi. And again, here also, when we talk about the samadhi, we should not take the jada samadhi or yoga samadhi, samyagdhi. This knowledge of recognition of myself is nothing but the Sat, Chit, Ananda, and this is the supreme samadhi. Samyagdhi, abided in the own self. Then why the Bhagavan used the word here bhakti, uttama bhakti? Actually, bhakti means in devotion, beginning aspect, beginning level, we talk about the belief and the uh, we believe on the God Ishvara to be as the believer of the God. Of course, the bhakti then slowly actually where there is no division of the me and the God, the separateness, the distance, the separateness is not there. Where there is no vibhaktis, that is called bhakti, which you cannot divide. Undivided, one without second, absolutely for me, this conscious principle I, and the total, the consciousness behind this world are one and the same. But only Upadi Bhedam is there. So Bhakti means here Samadhi, Samyagdhi means proper understanding and realizing this is the fact. That's why last class I reminded the Panchadasi what the Vidyaranya Swami tells the meaning for Samadhi. Dhyatru dhyane parityajya kramat dheya eka gocharam. The meditator and meditated becomes one and the same, merges. And then there is no uh, kramat dheya eka gocharam. Dhyana dhyatru dhyane. The process of doing and the doer disappears. The only the dhyayam remains. And it is just like as the flame, unflickering flame. Nivata deepavat chittam, that is called samadhi. But here bhakti word has come. For that also, if you see in Viveka Chudamani, Bhagavan Shankara's beautiful definition for Moksha Samagrina Bhaktireva Gariyasi, he says in one sloka in the first line, out of the many helping aids for the moksha, the bhakti is the best tool. But in fact, let me tell you, my dear friend, you know what is bhakti? Swaswarupa anusandhanam bhaktirityavidhiyate. Swaswarupa anusandhanam. Constantly remembering me as I am the self, I am the consciousness, I am the Satchit Ananda. So see now the Bhakti word and Samadhi uh, word both now culminated here. Swaswarupa Anusandhanam Bhakti Ritya Vidhiyate. Now, in the 10th, 11th shlokas, what Bhagavan says. We'll read. हृस्थले मनः स्वस्थता क्रिया भक्तियोगबोधास्य निश्चितम् हृत्सदे मनः स्वस्थता kriya. Now, so far we have seen the four aspects: puja, japam, dhyanam, and this bhakti or samadhi. All these are meant for what? Even the other two more things Bhagavan is going to introduce. Fifth step, yoga as the fifth step, and bodha, gnanam is as the sixth step. Now, in this shloka, before going to explain them, what is yoga and bodha, Bhagavan here tells the purpose of all this, nishchitam. Okay, definitely all these practices are meant for to make the mind peaceful. What are the practices? Mind peaceful, Bhagavan using the word here, hustale manasvastada. Generally, according to Vedanta Shastra, the mind is residing at the center of the heart of our body. The dwelling place of the origin of the mind is at the heart center. Hridaya Kuhara Madhye. So, Hristale, in one's heart, Manasvastada, the mind which is there within this body, associated with the body, and it should have the swasthata, manaswasthata, manaswastyam, okay? The mental health. What is the mental health? If the mind is peaceful, that is the mental health. That's it. In order to be peaceful, the mind, it should be free from the six disturbances and the enemies or five kleshas, avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. Or if you say in this way, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. So, which mind is free from? Still to say simply, according to Bhagavan Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, raga, dvesha, viyuktaistu. So, hrutstale, manasvastata. Because this is the goal. Why this is the goal? Only manashanti is enough. Manashanti, the mental peace, mental tranquility will come, can come by other so many means also. I will explain you that point later. Now let me finish the meaning of this sloka. So, kriya, that means whatever we saw so far, those steps. Kriya means that kayaka kriya, vachika kriya, manasika kriya, and bhakti. We have seen this now, fourth point, samadhi or bhakti. Now, Bhagavan, so here kriya, Bhagavan putting in that all those three, puja, japa, and dhyanam. And in the bhakti, we told that samadhi. And the other two more topics which Bhagavan is going to start from next shloka, yoga. Of course, Bhagavan is not going to elaborately talk about the yoga. He is taking only one aspect of the yoga, pranayama, and then bodha, gnanam. By Shravanam, whatever the recognition and the understanding takes place in the buddhi, bodha, all these are all definitely, certainly determined only to gain the mental peace. To gain the mental peace. So Kriya means Pujanam, Japam, Dhyanam. Bhakti means Samadhi, Yoga, and Bodha. Of course, in this, out of these six, the first five are gives only apekshika shanti. That means a temporary peace, not the atyantika shanti. That Bhagavan itself is going, himself going to tell that later. I'm just, we should not get the doubt that, so all these things are leading to the same goal, we may get. All the religions, all the paths will lead to the same goal. This is a wrong statement. This is a wrong statement. There are no many paths to the same goal. Even when you talk about the four yogas, they are not all four roads to the same goal. No, each one helps to other, and they come in a order. They come step by step in a hierarchy order. As we generally talk about, okay, yoga, if you take also, karma yoga helps, prepares the person, chitta shuddhi, and upasana or bhakti yoga makes the Raja Yoga makes the person more disciplined, well disciplined, control on his mind and senses, and Upasana Bhakti Yoga gives the single pointedness aikagram, ma chitta aikagram, and then only these three preparations helps a person and makes a person to become fit to attend and to walk in the path of Gnanam. There we have to again walk. And so Gnanam is the final step, and through Gnanam is the moksha. Okay? Pakasya vahnivad Gnanam vina mokshona siddhyate. In Atmabodha, Shankara says that as the fire is most essential ingredient or the thing required to cook the food, all the other things are there, but fire is not there. In the same way, karma yoga is there, bhakti yoga is there, raj yoga is there, but gnanam is not there, moksha is not possible. So we have to understand in this way. And then, so sixth, that bodha, because of bodha, whichever the peace and the tranquility comes in the mind is going to be the permanent one. Otherwise, as I told just now, through drugs, through alcohol, through other uh, any medicine, or by sleep also, mind becomes temporarily tranquil. But at the moment again he comes into the world actions and the vyavahara, again the same. So the his inner swabhava is not changed, the mental swabhava. For that, we need to hammer and fill that mind with the jnana, the teaching of the Vedanta. So the last step is the jnanam only, that only. But here, these all things will looks like now, as Bhagavan said, Kriya Bhakti Yoga all also meant for the Chitta Shanti. But we have to understand that directly Kriya Karma Yoga cannot give the permanent peace, happiness, security, PHS value. Don't forget. Same way, yoga cannot give the permanent. They are all parampara karanam. They help repairs, but you have to spend a lot of time, years in the Gnanam, Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. So that Shanti which comes because of this Gnanam is going to be a permanent. Shastra itself is the proof for it. In Katha Upanishad, one sentence in one, two shlokas, one sentence comes repeatedly, repeatedly. तम आत्मस्थम ये अनुपश्यन्ति धीराः. Kathopanishad, 5th Valli, 12th and 13th shlokas. And common line one comes in the Tesham Shantihi Shashwati Netaresham. Unless otherwise a person gain his own essential Swarupa Gnanam, knowledge of the Atma, tam Atmastham, ye Anupashyanti, who recognize that his own essential nature. Tesham Shantihi, for them only the permanent Shanti. Shantihi Shashwati. See, Upanishad telling that Shashwataha Shanti, Atyantika Shanti, to only those people, not any others. Na itaresham. Very clear. And the same statement comes in the next another shloka also. Two times repeated the same thing. So it is very clear that unless you attain the self knowledge of your own Swarupa, there is no permanent peace, happiness, security through any other means. Now, even in Bhagavata also, Bhagavan Krishna says that Yoga Shastra Maya Prokta. Yoga Shastra also given by me only. And why I have given yoga and karma, bhakti, these angas are all Nunam Shreyaha Vidishya, Vidishya. By anticipating the well-being and welfare of these human beings particularly, and then all these things will makes him to go to the gnanam, give the qualification gnanascha. And apart from these four means, in this order, if one is not prepared himself and come to the fourth step gnana, and there is no any na anya upayah asti kutrachit, na upayah anyah asti kutrachit, there is no any other way. You have to purify your mind by karma. You have to make the mind single pointed by the bhakti upasana, and you have to discipline your body, mind, and senses through Raja Yoga practices, and then make yourself fit for Gnanam and walk in the path of the knowledge and get moksha and become free. Now, here, this Shanti itself is the goal of the life. As you see in the sloka, according to Bhagavan, Kriya Bhakti Yoga Bodhascha Nishchitam Manaswastata Tustale Eva. That means if mind becomes peaceful, that itself is called Jivan Mukti. If the mind becomes so calm and quiet, not at all disturbing us, or not at all gets disturbed by any onslaughts of the prarabdha. This is very important point. Even Vedantic student, or we are walking even up to we reach to the Gnana Marga and working for the self-realization, but still the effect of the prarabdha will be there. Even after you gain the Gnanam also, the prarabdha affects the body and the mind upadis. Now here it is a acid test for a sadhaka whether I am progressing spiritually or not. Okay, what in spite of of the force and attack of the prarabdha, whatever may happen, the difficulties and the things happens to the body and mind, but still I won't lose my tranquility or the samatvam of the mind. Then I am spiritually progressing, because which kind of prarabdha is going to release and attack us next moment or tomorrow, we don't know. It may come like a small wave, or it may come with like a big wave or a big tide and pushes, slashes us. So, this knowledge, if the knowledge is firm, then that helps me in my day to day life to keep myself cool and calm. So, in spite of anything, also, I never compromise and lose the peace of my mind. So, this is the thing. And another, shanti. Atma Swarupam is Shanti. Okay? Shanti Samruddham Amrutam. Shantoyam Atma. Upanishad statements. So, Atma Swarupam Shanti. But here in between this Upadi mind, if this is creating the disturbance and the problem, this naughty mind, then the nature of the Atma is not clearly visualized, clearly experienced, because this disturbance. So here mental peace, if you attain, Atma is already shining. As the clouds goes away, sun is already shining there. We need not to bring the sun and make the sun to shine. Okay. So